Hello, my name is David Ades. I'm a certified professional life coach. Yes, just like everyone and their mom nowadays. However, I specialize in the recovery from narcissistic abuse, and that makes me just like everyone and their mom nowadays. Today's video is called Stop Hating the Narcissist. There is an extended version of that title. It's hidden. It's the director's cut version of that title, and it is Stop Hating the Narcissist so that you can get busy hating things that it is helpful for you to hate. And I'll spend the rest of this video clarifying that statement. Imagine I made a video called Stop Loving the Narcissist, and the extended version of that title is so that you can get busy loving things that it is helpful for you to love. Things that it matters that you love them, or whether or not you do, or it matters that you try to love them, where none of those qualifications apply to the narcissist. It isn't helpful to love him or her. It just doesn't amount to anything. It doesn't matter, therefore, whether you do or not. It doesn't matter that you try. It's wasted energy. The positive emotion in the bond with the narcissist. You've got to liberate the energy that you invested in the narcissist. You've got to liberate that energy from the bond with the narcissist and your bond to the dream that you had about them and who you thought they were and who you were before and everything that comes along with this. You've got to liberate the energy from the bond with the narcissist so that that energy can be used in bonding with things that it is helpful to bond with. That makes sense, right? Throughout your day, throughout your life, you're given things, you are shown things, life, comes your way and you get up for life and whatever. Things happen throughout your day, throughout your week that demand that you expend energy, like emoting towards them, both positively and negatively, which is why I started this video with Stop Hating the Narcissist, so that you can have the energy that is caught up emoting negatively towards the narcissist in an unhelpful way. You can have that energy back so you can be spontaneously ready to emote negatively towards the demands of life that demand that you emote negatively towards them. Where sometimes you come across things, people, ideas, whatever, that it is helpful to love, in other words, to emote positively towards. You're going to come across things, you do come across things that it is helpful to emote negatively towards. Saying no, for example, is this kind of negative emote. No, you're pushing away like a negative, a minus. Sometimes it's helpful to love, sometimes it's helpful to hate, so to speak, to repel, to push away, to say no. The emphasis I've made in this video is on the negative emotions because it's obviously more readily understandable in the positive form. Stop loving the narcissist so you could get busy loving things that matter. Negative emotions are more of a tricky territory and therefore maybe more worthy of me speaking on. At least that's what I like to think in planning what this video, how this video is framed or what the idea is here. You've got to have the energy to say no to things. You've got to have your energy to affirm boundaries. You've got to have the energy to say what you feel or even feel what you feel, despite it being maybe disagreeable. You've got to have the energy to not abandon yourself. It's helpful to hate abandoning yourself. It's helpful to hate your patterns of self-sabotage. It's helpful to invest negative emotions in patterns that you need to repel from. The way that you repel from them is by negatively emotionally investing in them. That's what repelling from them is. In other words, your hatred belongs somewhere that is potentially constructive to your life, where as long as it's caught up with a narcissist, it's not constructive to your life. Before I continue into then how do you liberate emotional investment from the narcissist, positive and negative? I understand, Coach David, for example, that it's difficult for me to face a fear with that fire, that aggression, that assertion. It's difficult for me to say no. Sometimes I can tell as a direct result of the narcissistic abuse. This is a practical example I'm offering here. It's like I can't say no. It's like I have no fire. It's like I have no aggression. And then I go, oh, it's because the narcissist did that to me. That's literally the negative emotions, the energy that you would need in order to emote negatively, to face a fear, to practice mastery over anxiety, to say no, is literally caught up in the narcissist. That's what your thoughts are telling you in that moment. Oh, it's like I don't have energy to aggress against this fear because, I'm still busy aggressing against the narcissist. You see what I'm doing? I hope that you get it. Let me know in the comments if you don't get it. I could replace the word in the title, like don't stop hating the narcissist, stop loving the narcissist. I could replace it with any emotion, because all of the emotional investment, all of the thoughts and emotes spent towards the narcissist go to a dead end. I could say, stop feeling confused about the narcissist, so that you can get busy feeling confused about things that it's helpful to feel confused about. In other words, you need energy to emote confusion. When something confuses you, when something's difficult, complex, unexpected, uncertain, it takes energy to emote confusion. It takes energy to hold space for the emotion of confusion. And the more of your emotions of confusion are caught up with a narcissist, the less you can deal with the confusing aspects of reality. The ones that it might help to be confused about. Do you see the picture I'm painting here? Stop blank the narcissist so that you can get busy blank things that it is helpful to be blank about. I'll make one more example because that sounded so silly. Stop being afraid of the narcissist so that you can get busy being afraid of things that it is helpful for you to be afraid of. Now, onto the part of the video where it's like, how does this work psychologically? Instead of it being stop hating, stop loving, stop feeling confused, stop fearing, it is finish. Finish hating. Finish loving. Get it over with. Do it until it's done. The problem might be that you're not sinking into those feelings because you think, well, I shouldn't feel that way about them. Or it's sticky territory, I don't even want to get started with it. I don't want to have to go there. This shouldn't have happened to me. It's all their fault. So many resistances to sticking your hand down into the filth of whatever this narcissist represents on your timeline, getting your hands on the profoundly deep, messy emotion. Whoa, I never hated somebody this much. Oh, I can't believe I loved a monster this much. Oh, I didn't know I was so confused and it was so painful and I was so scared. Getting your hand on that, bringing it to the surface, vomiting it up, so to speak, which means like it becomes conscious. Your brain vomits up the pain so that you can feel it out so you don't have to feel it anymore. That's how it works. Finish loving the narcissist. Finish hating them. Make the degree to which there is an emotional investment in them, make that, grab it, get it in your hands. Which means stop being afraid, maybe, that you might feel love towards them still. Don't be ashamed of that. You've got to get your hands on that love, because the only way that you can let go of something is if you've got your hand on it. You can't let go of something that you don't grasp. So the work of recovering is getting your hands on whatever there is so that you can then let it go. There can't be any part of you or any part of your experience of life that you're unwilling to try to get your hand on, because then you'll never be able to let it go. The resistances of, well, I shouldn't love them, so I don't want to get started because then it's this big rabbit hole that I'll never, but I need to hate them, or but I don't want to feel hatred, or All of these amount to, well, you're never going to be able to let go of the thing if you can't grasp it first. If you don't have the ability or willingness to reach for something terrible. Because this stuff, it's terrible. It's a human tragedy. The destruction that the narcissist leaves in his or her wake. A narcissist is an immovable object of frustration, anxiety, and everything that comes along with that very base human experience, anxiety, frustration. Whether it's confusion, fear, hatred, whether you loved who they appeared to be at the beginning. This is a mess. In order to let go of the mess, first you've got to have it in your hands. How are you going to let go of something that you haven't gotten your hands on? And as far as humanity has been able to conjure up, the way that you practice getting your hands on it is bringing this material to the front, so that if there is anything that you could get your hands on, it might make itself known. And that's what talking to somebody means. Just open the door on this material. Bring it out instead of hiding it, instead of letting it haunt you because you can't or won't open the door, get your hands on it so then you can let it go because you're afraid of the journey and you're afraid of what you might feel and you're afraid of the pain. And by the way, it's only natural that you feel that way. Although I'm speaking rather passionately at this moment, you don't have to rush to get your hands on it and you don't have to face the fear of... It's just understand that this is the process, and it does take gumption, but there's no other kind of way to travel. The obstacle is the way, so to speak. In filth it is found, which is the translation of a Latin phrase that's more commonly spoken as what you most need is where you least want to look. Where you least want to look, that's where the thing that you need is. Because there are things that we need to let go in this life. But we want to be able to let go of them without having to reach for them. And so, bring this material to the fore. Don't be afraid of whatever thoughts or emotions you have about the narcissist. Make space for them. Journal about them. Talk about them. Think about them as properly as you can, as effectively as you can. You might stop it before it becomes rumination. You might check it if it feels like an obsession or something. You might ask somebody about it, so on and so forth. Bring it to the fore. Practice airing it so that anything, like I said, that might offer itself up for you getting your hands on so that you might let it go, well, so that can take place. You're knocking on the door of your psyche saying, hey, will you offer up something that I can then let go? And it is this, you're trying to extend an olive branch to your own psyche. Hey, can you do this for me? What if I go talk to somebody? Will you help me by giving me more that I can let go? What if I tell you that I'm ready to feel the pain? Will you help me out? What if I open a journal and make space for you? Will you make yourself known? And it's again, and it's again, and it's again, and it's why won't it come out, and why did it have to be so difficult, and what happened to me? And that's the lamenting, that's the weeping, the grieving that is letting things go. If you want my help personally, you can click the first link in the description to schedule a session with me. Click the second link to take a free narcissistic abuse recovery quiz. Like this video if you do like it. Comment your thoughts or any questions you might have in the comment section. Subscribe if you'd like to see more, and I will talk to you soon.